Prodigy has a very big problem. What is up, gamers? Today, Prodigy just released their brand new treasure track, but for the first time, there isn't a name. So today, I'll be showing you everything this treasure track has to offer, plus my concerns as to what treasure track has become. But with that, let's jump right in. So this treasure track, again, like I said, doesn't have a name. Usually they have like some fun name, like, I don't know, like Snowy Surprise or something like that. But this is just January treasure track, which I think is really weird. This is the first time they've done this, and this is I feel like a much bigger one than before. They keep using the same background whenever it's winter. They've been using this for like 15,000 years, but that's besides the point. This is a fairly like larger treasure track in terms of like rewards that we have. For one, the biggest one obviously is the new mythical epic Sarasaur, which I'm probably going to do another video testing that mythical epic out because they just released it. And some of the new second evolutions that I've tested in a previous video, I believe Stormchirps and Hootbeak, are both in this treasure track as main rewards. Obviously, there's also, you know, smaller stuff incorporated into that, but that's essentially the rundown of some of the rewards that are here. So starting off at Treasure 1, you'll get some fireworks, Morph Marble, and some magic coins. Tier 2, you actually start to get Hootbeak just straight away, which I think is really interesting. And over the course of this treasure track, you're going to get Browl in Tier 4, Browl again in Tier 5, and then Stormlet in Tier 6. We get some magic coins going on over here, and then you get Stormchirps in Tier 9, and then another Browl in Tier 12. But otherwise, it's just sort of like pet in this like buffer zone. It's sort of just like pet gear and gold and magic coins and nothing really notable. And if you just keep going, it's Hootbeak again with Browl, and then a legendary pet gear, which actually is pretty good. And then going into the later tiers, you're going to finally get Sarasaur in Tier 18, Browl in Tier 18 as well, and then a new mount, which looking at it right now looks terrible. And finally, Tier 20, you're going to get Hootbeak and Browl, and that's it. That is the whole treasure track, which is so annoying. So even just looking at all of these rewards, it's just a bunch of repeats and some resources, which I guess is fine, but it's just not something to look forward to. And I feel like Sarasaur is the only thing really pulling the weight of this entire treasure track. And that is if you're a plus or core member. If you're a free-to-play player, like a lot of people, these are the rewards that you're getting. Maybe Browl every once in a while. You're not getting Stormlet once. All you're getting is just gold and Browl, and maybe some Morph Marbles along the way. But honestly, free-to-play players have it horrible. There's absolutely no reason to play this or use this treasure track at all. Browl is super common all over the map, and even evolving it to Hootbeak and to Akrami in its max evolution, Akrami isn't even that good. So I'm not sure why you would want to use this treasure track. Browl's just not that good. The only thing I would really play it for is maybe the gold, if I don't have enough gold. But this is the big problem that we're seeing in a lot of treasure tracks nowadays. So here's where I get into my concerns, because treasure tracks have been doing this for a while, a long while. And the first time they did this, I forgot which treasure track it was, but it was right before, I believe, Pumpkin Fest of last year. And I thought it was a lot shorter than most of the treasure tracks that we've had before. Usually, Prodigy will make treasure tracks at least 50 tiers or 60 tiers and jam-pack them with stuff for non-members and members alike. And obviously, the gap with rewards with free-to-play players and members was really large. There was still some stuff that was kind of like you'd like to get if you're a free-to-play player. And this smaller treasure track that Prodigy made, I thought this was sort of filler before we went into Pumpkin Fest. And they would most likely release a Pumpkin Fest treasure track to go along with Pumpkin Fest as well. But they never really ended up doing that and just kept going with this exact same trend. And now treasure tracks, ever since that one, have just kept turning out to be only 20 treasures. And the worst thing about this new style of treasure track is that it's really, really easy to finish. Even for non-members and members alike, but especially members, if you head over to the bonus tab, which obviously comes soon, there's a lot of bonus treasure points that you can get for doing even, I guess, harder challenges, but some of these really aren't that difficult. For 3,000 treasure points, all you have to do is play 3 times on the weekends, and that essentially just means logging on 3 times on the weekends. That's just one of the examples of one of these really easy ones. You can get, just collecting 50 magic coins gives you another 1,000, and becoming a member gives you a whopping 4,000, which every member gets. So as soon as these bonus challenges open, you'll instantly get these 4,000 treasure points, which still to this day I think is absolutely insane. And the reason this detriments a lot of 20 treasure tracks is that once you claim these 4,000 treasure points, you'll most likely go from treasure 13 to almost treasure 10 or 12. And all you have to do afterwards is just do a lot of these really easy bonus challenges and some of the daily challenges sporadically just to get to treasure 20 and finish the entire thing. Last season, I actually managed to get to the infinite treasure all the way on the right, completing the entire treasure track, and I really wasn't on Prodigy that much. And the reason I wasn't on that much was because of quests like this, earn 5,000 pet stars. If you don't know what pet stars are essentially just doing this. Leveling up your pet and getting it and getting this pet star meter up. That gives you more pet stars. So as you can see, I got a little bit more pet stars than I did before. Now obviously this is a season quest, but there is a pet star quest in the daily tab just right here. So every day all I have to do is maybe log on and do and upgrade like 1 pet. Plus there's a lot of timing quests as well, like playing 5 minutes after 4 PM or on weekends and just playing 10 minutes. And these quests are really, really dumb because all you have to do is just sit there for 10 minutes and just get the points. So combined with that and the bonus quest, it's just super, super easy to get to treasure 20. And I hate that Prodigy's doing these quick little things because maybe it'll get people hyped. I don't even know who would get hyped for this for a little bit of time, but it's super, super easy for members and non-members to get through this. And obviously non-members, it might be a little bit harder, but I have a non-member account and it really didn't give me that much trouble, to be honest with you. And with a lot of these super short treasure tracks that Prodigy's been doing, there really isn't any good rewards. The only thing I would probably get is the gold, because I'm running out of gold, the magic coins, and Sarasaur. Other than that, like, half of these treasures are just in vain, because I don't really need them. And that's why I think treasure track has put on a new meaning at this point. And I feel like I don't even know what Prodigy's trying to do with this. Both members and non-members alike aren't really getting stuff that's actually important, to stuff that's actually interesting, and I feel like Prodigy's main goal for this is to maybe try and make some money and get people to actually buy the membership, but even with the membership, there really isn't a lot I would want. Even as a member, I have more than enough magic coins and more than enough gold that I would hope for. I think Prodigy's main goal is to make money, but even these member rewards are really, really underwhelming. So I hope Prodigy reverts back to their old treasure system and put in more treasures and harder ways to grind, because right now, people don't really have to play for these treasure tracks. I don't have to play for these treasure tracks. It's super, super simple. And Prodigy has completely broken what treasure track used to be.